Welcome to the Startup Grind.
Went to college in Vermont. My first job was mowing lawns for the neighbors. Then I upgraded to working at the Gap. And then I was a ticket taker. Yeah, it was great. I was a ticket taker and an usher at a concert venue in New Jersey for a while. So those were my first 3 jobs.
And what were you, so you started mowing lawns. Do you feel like you're one of these people that was born an entrepreneur? Is it something you kind of discovered along the way?
I mean, I don't know if I was born an entrepreneur. I was born the kind of person that really wanted to control my own time and not really, I really didn't enjoy reporting to someone else. So I kind of always tried to find ways to do my own thing.
Yeah. And when you went to college, tell us about where you went to college, what you studied, what you plan to do.
Went to Middlebury. I got a degree in neuroscience. So I was planning to become a doctor. I had a sort of romanticized vision about what that would be, helping people and saving lives. And there's a big part of that that's being a doctor. But the reality set in when I spent some time at Duke University in the medical center, and my then mentor took me downstairs to the lunchroom where all the medical students were having lunch, and they all had their heads buried in books. And he asked me one question, and he said, "Which of these people looks happy to you?" And none of them did. And so I spent some time talking to the med students and some doctors, and was convinced that I didn't want to become a doctor.
And so what was the next step? You'd been studying. I mean, you were receiving your degree in it. So what next?
So what do you do when you get a degree in neuroscience? I decided to drive to San Francisco and be unemployed for a while. So I ended up in San Francisco with some friends, and I lived there for a while, and I needed to get a real job, and the only real job that I applied for is the one that I got, which was being a biotech analyst at a private equity fund called Investor AB, a Swedish company that was looking for someone that they thought could read scientific reports and help them understand kind of what drugs would make it to market, and I sufficiently duped them into thinking I was their person.
And so was that here in the Bay Area, or where did you go?
That was in New York City.
New York City.
And spent some time in Stockholm, and was so miserable in August in New York City in a suit that I immediately knew that I'd be finding a new job.
And so did that lead to Burley, or did you do something else in between that?
Yeah, so I spent a few months there, but I knew immediately I'd do something else, and I really didn't like the idea that I had to be in at a certain time, and I had a boss who would tell me, and that would be mad when I would stroll in at 10:30, and he would say, you know, the market opens at 9:30, and I would say, oh yeah, I know, and I just kind of go to my office, and they were not happy with that, so I started to think about starting my own company, and I researched a whole bunch of ideas, like a magazine and a travel company, and but it was 1997 at the time, and if any of you have the chance to start an internet company in 1997, you should do it.